What's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel today, and welcome back to Gran Turismo 4 for another car story. Today we are in a very special car, the Corvette C5 Z06 from 2001, 2002, 2003, and 2004. We are well and truly into the cars right now that have made a tremendous personal impact on me, and I could talk for days for, but I'll try to shorten it up for this video. So let's launch it, and then we'll talk about it. Very good sounding car. Not quite accurate to real life how this car sounds, but still a good sounding car nonetheless. But honestly, in real life, this car is superb sounding. I mean, it is spectacular. The classic LS V8, it sounds incredible. It's amazing. And I've talked plenty of times before about this being, as a kid, top 3 for me. I mean, from my days of playing Need for Speed, and specifically Hot Pursuit 2 with the Z06, but even the base C5 Corvette that appeared in, what was it? It was Need for Speed. High Stakes was one. I'm sorry, I'm trying to drive and think and talk here at the same time. But High Stakes, and was it in Need for Speed 2 SE? It may have been. I can't recall. I don't think it was, actually. I think it was only Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit, which I didn't have and didn't play, that it made its kind of first appearance as a C5. And then obviously High Stakes, it was a very prominent car, and then the Z06 was in Hot Pursuit 2. So again, I've talked before about my Need for Speed history and playing those games growing up and how they kind of got me into cars and into racing games, and eventually led to whatever this has all become today, and how special those cars are to me. So this was definitely among the top of the list. I mean, again, this car came out and was the prominent American sports car when I was a kid. I mean, obviously born late 90s, this is that same time frame, and it's just as special to me today as it was then, because it was, again, one of the first probably 3 cars I'd say that I fell in love with and made dream car. This was the car kind of before the 6th gen Camaro that I now have all my affinity for, and before the 991 GT3 RS that I have all my CF related affinity for. This was the car that was the dream car. This was the car that I would see and play on the game and say, yes, I am going to have one of those someday, and whatever, I don't remember the exact color this blue car is called, but I will have one of these in blue from 2002 or 2003, probably 2002 was my dream, just because that's when the one was in Hot Pursuit 2. But I will own one of these cars, and I will put a spotlight on it in the garage, and I will love it, and I will sit there and I will wake up at 3 in the morning and just look at it, because it's incredible. It still looks incredible even today. It's starting to look dated just because, again, Corvette with halogen headlights and tail lights and pop-up headlights for one, and again, everything's LED now and streamlined, and this is still kind of the 90s style box design, but in Corvette form. It's quite interesting, actually, but I don't think it looks bad by any means. It's still distinctively a Corvette, and it's quite a good looking one, I do think so. The fixed roof body style that the FRC had, and then obviously the Z06 after that, very unique, very distinctive. And again, I don't know for sure if I prefer it to the coupe body style with the kind of hatchback roof that is in the hatchback, because people don't understand what a hatchback is. I don't know if I prefer that. I don't know if I prefer this. Obviously, the convertible got this style just because it's a convertible. It had to have a roof and somewhere to put said roof. But I really, really love this car. I really do, and it's very, very special to me. It's kind of, again, my genesis of my love of cars, which is obviously very important to me. And it's kind of the pioneer car that got me into it. So I think it's incredible. It sounds great. It looks great. Again, I see these semi-regularly. There is a Corvette Cove, those of you that are familiar with Road America, off of turn number 2 before you head down to turn number 4. Sorry, turn 1 to turn 3. I'm stupid. Between 2, which is really the kink in the road, so Marshall Stand turn 2 at Road America. Between turns 1 and turn 3, or off turn 3, really, there is a Corvette Cove back over left of racetrack, back kind of back out on the outside of the racetrack in the stands. And there's always a Corvette group there. There's always a group hanging out talking about cars, whether it be C1, C2, C3, really old Corvettes, or C5, C6, C7, and now C8s are quite common as well. So definitely a really special place to go out and look at some of the incredible Corvettes that people have and enjoy at the racetrack. And again, I always make a stop back there every time I'm there and have some free time to just go look what I can find. And there's always a C5Z back there, and I can't help but take a couple minutes and walk around it and look at. I had a good chat a couple years ago there with an older gentleman that has C5. He said he owned it from new, and had it for more than 20 years and just loved it, kept it in perfect condition. And he said he only drove it to shows and to the racetrack, and I found that incredible and yet kind of sad. I mean, again, he was a very old gentleman at this point, but he said he only drove his car when he was going to some kind of show or event or bringing it to Road America or some other racetrack. Like, that's incredible to me. And again, a little bit sad that he's not using and enjoying his car, but I understand that he's getting up there in age, probably has a lot of other things going on. So, but I think that's incredible. It's an incredibly well preserved example. That one was a nice red one. And again, this car is just so spectacular. I mean, it's unmistakable. It's very, very unique. It's special, and I know that it gets the reputation of, well, this is my only Corvette that was built on a Monday, that was yellow, that was tuned by this guy, that had frame damage at whatever, one of one, and jean shorts and New Balance and weird white T-shirts and all this crap, middle-aged crisis car, all these things feed into it, and yes, they're all somewhat valid. I hate to say it. It's kind of funny actually, but the car itself is spectacular, and again, it still stands up to a lot of sports cars and even some supercars of today. At the time, I mean, you think about the cars that came out around the time this car came out: the Ferrari 360, the second-gen Dodge Viper, obviously the Mustang, the Termi Cobra was compared to Z06, and it's the 996, eventually Porsche 911 Turbo, and this car was competitive with all those, and so it's just a spectacular piece of machinery on so many levels. It's fast, it's fun. The downside is, of course, it sits very low to the ground. It's still 90s General Motors, so it's very plasticky and very, kind of ugly on the inside, frankly, and just not very well put together for some build quality pieces. And so that does detract from it a little bit, but it's still quite the car, and it's still very special to me. It will always be special to me. I've been very, very blessed to drive one of these a couple of different times, and again, the exhaust sound, and they're just as cool and just as fun as you would expect them to be. Again, they're probably not fast by modern standards, but they're so light. They're like 3,100 pounds, and the 01 cars have 385 horsepower. The 02 through 04 cars have 405 horsepower. That they're still plenty fast. Do not get it mixed up. I mean, they're not supercar fast. They're not supercharged fast or anything stupid like that, but just natural V8 horsepower and torque, and they get up and move. So definitely a very special experience from the driver's seat, the passenger seat, watching one drive by. It's quite an incredible car, quite a unique car, and definitely something I'm very blessed to have experienced. I was on a little bit of a hot lap though, so I pushed it and hit the fence. We still might get a best lap here if I can nail these last couple of corners, but so yeah, I just definitely think that this is a very memorable and special car, and I'd love to hear how you feel about it. Again, I've talked about this car extensively on the channel, and probably all the rest of these videos. I have a handful more planned, eight or so planned after this one, and they're all pretty special cars to me, all pretty unique cars to me. So I'd love to hear your stories and your thoughts about this one. If you've seen one, driven one, owned one, how you feel about it in real life, how you feel about it in games. If you're American, if this car is kind of symbolic and special to you as an American, I'd love to hear everything. So let me know how you feel. Let me know what you think down below. I appreciate you all so very much. I hope you're still enjoying these Gran Turismo 4 car stories. Kind of a different spin on things we could do with this game. And I've really, really enjoyed it so far. And recording these is a lot of fun, so I hope you are as well. And I've really enjoyed my first Gran Turismo experience with this. So that's going to be it for me. I appreciate you all so much. Make sure you drop that like, sub down below. I don't want you to miss anything from Gran Turismo 4, iRacing, Camaro content, track day content, other racing games I play, anything else I do. Thank you all so much for all your love and support. And we'll be on to what's next, and I hope to see you there. So that's going to be it for me. Till next time, as always, bye-bye.